Lab 2. Part 1. Develop a public class circle to the following specifications. The class has three private instance variables, integer x and integer y, and double radius. Requirements number 2. The class has a multi-argument constructor that sets the value of its instance variables to given values. Next requirement, the class has the getter method for the instance variables. Next requirement, the class has a calc area method. It has no argument and it calculates and returns the area of the circle according to the following formula. Area equal pi times radius squared, where pi is math.pi, or you can get pi from class math. Last requirement of part 1, override the object to string method in order to return a string representation of the circle instance variable as x equal value of x, then y equal value of y, then radius equal value of radius. So the first implementation for this part is to create a class. As you see here, we want to create a class in Lab 3 package. New Java class. Okay, the class name here is what? So now NetBeans create circle class. As you see, this is public class circle. This is calibrate, left calibrate, and right calibrate. Usually you start with an instance variable of the circle, and here we have how many instance variables? 3. 2 of type integer, and the names of these instance variables are also given, and 1 radius of type double. Again, we agreed in non-instance variables are declared as a primitive or as private. Private integer x semicolon, private integer y semicolon, private double radius. So my class or circle class has 3 instance variables, as you see here, x, y, and radius. Next requirement, the class has a multi-argument constructor, and to remind you, the aim of any constructor is to assign initial value to the instance variable. So this constructor will set the value of its instance variable to given values. This means when we create a circle object, we have to pass certain values or specific values for x and y and radius. So the constructor will take these values and assign to x, y, radius. Let us see how we can implement this constructor. Again, the constructor name is the same class name, and the constructor header isn't any return type or void as a keyword. So public circle integer, can write x1 integer, y1 integer, double radius or r. circle, yes. Left curly brace, right curly brace. So here we write x1, we can write x. But in order to make the program readable for you and easy to understand, it is better to select names different from the instance variable name. So here we defined x1, integer y1, double r. Again, we assign x1 to x and assign the value of y1 to y, will r to radius. So we can write here, we can start with radius, it is not compulsory to start with x, radius equal r, y equal y1, x equal x1. So again, when we create a circle object by using this constructor, we have to pass how many values? 3 values. In which order? Integer, integer, double. So the constructor will assign these values to the instance variable. The next requirement, the class has the getter method for the instance variables. Getter method. Getter method, as you know, getter header has a return type. So we have 2 getter methods with integer return type, y2, and we have 2 instance variables of type integer, and we have another getter method with double return value. Okay? It is better to select meaning name. يعني get x, get y, get radius. Public integer get return future. Let us copy this how many times? 3 times. Control C, Control V, Control V. Get x. It is by convention it is better to write x as uppercase. And here we apply the camel rules. The camel rules إنه if the variable name or method name or any identifier is consist of more than one word, each subsequent word start with uppercase. So when you get x, return what's here? Return x. Not uppercase, lowercase. Why? Then now we mean to which x? Instance variable x. We need to return instance variable value of x, not x1 or y1. Again, return get what? Y. Return y. So here we return the value of the instance value. Okay. Now double. Okay. Get radius. Return radius. Why? Then radius, this is instance variable name. Don't mix between local variables and instance variables. Okay? So now we have x, y, radius. So all methods, all these methods just to either return instance variable values or change instance variable values. Okay. Next, the class has a calc area method. It has no argument and it calculates and retains the area of the circle according to the following formula. Even formula is given in the exam by radius square. So don't use 3.14. If you use 3.14, you will get you will reduce some marks. In a compulsory, you have to use what? Math dot y. So let us write this. So calc area, is it getter method or setter method? Why getter? And return. So this is return, this means getter. So calc area will use the values of the instance variable. Use the values of the instance variable to calculate the area. So here, public area, is it double or given double? Retain the area, it is not given. How you conclude that it is double? Radius double, will by double, so area should be double. So public double calc area. This is zero argument. Okay. Curly brace. Then let us check the question again. Okay. We can directly retain, but I prefer no double area. Okay. Now area equal math dot by, okay, multiply by math. You can write radius, multiply by radius. Okay, return. You can write return math dot by multiply by radius, or you can write return math dot by multiply by math dot power radius, 2, which is give the same answer. Override the objects to string method in order to return a string representation of the circle instance variable as x equal, y equal, radius equal. Again, we said in every new class, every new created class by default is inherited from where? From the object class. The object class has toString, so toString is inherited by circle. So we need to override toString. Why? And the aim of the toString method, what is the aim? The aim of toString method is to return some description about the object. Return some object. While toString exists or implemented in the object class, return the address of the object. So we need to change the behavior of toString method. So the header should be the same header, public toString, string. So toString is a getter method or setter? Getter. To string with 0 parameter. Okay. String susu. Okay. Message. String message equal. Message equal what هنا? Equal x uppercase equal, okay, plus شنو? plus get x. حتى x okay, but it is better to start using the getter method. If it is getter. Control C, Control B, plus dash C, comma, y equal, ما في space هنا بتتشيك y equal y plus control V جبت ال y plus شوف تحت plus dash T comma radius equal shift control C هلا بصلح على هنا control D radius okay now this is string method okay okay some of you make mistakes when they write the string method instead of writing this they write what x y string without the string y okay and I print what x equal so this is wrong. Don't use any print statement inside any method. Okay? So string method, its aim or its function is to retain string method. So once you get that string, you can fill main method. In another class, you can print this method. واضح؟ هذا is not acceptable. مش مقبول. بديها عن control V. Part 2 of this lab, develop a public class oval to the following specifications. Oval يعني بيضوي. So the first step, we create oval class. Okay, this is lab 3, new Java class, oval. Okay, finish. This is oval class. Okay. The class inherits circle class. So how we implement this one? Extend circle. Now okay. I know what it was super. Public class oval extends circle. The class has one private instance variable double radius 2. Again, the class has one private instance variable double radius 2. Private again, private radius 2, double radius 2. Now you amazing, why Java raise an error here? Again, to explain why Java raise an error. How many instance variables are in oval object? 4. 3 inherited from where? From the parent circle and 1 radius 2. It is a special instance variable for oval. Now Java insists. Java now insists. There are, or don't forget, the other instance variables that inherited from where? From the circle. So Java here remind you to invoke the constructor of the oval parent. okay, constructor of الoval اللي هو الparent. فهنا remind us, okay, the class has a multi-argument constructor that sets the value of its instance variable to given values. It should invoke its super class, okay, constructor and the setter method. Okay, here in this question there is some conditions. The first condition, you have to invoke a super class. The second condition, you have to use setter method. You have to use setter method. Okay. The class as a zero argument constructor that sets the value of its instance variables to their default values. It should invoke its multi-argument constructor. The class has the getter and setter methods for its instance variable. So I will start with the getter and the setter. Why? لأنه here there is condition to use what? Setter method. Okay. So public, let us start by public integer or double get radius 2 return what? Return radius 2. This is the getter method for get for radius 2. Public void set radius 2. Radius 2 is equal, والله أنا just remember, double R. ما في داعي R. Okay. Now let us return to our constructor. Public oval or circle. Oval. This is multi-argument constructor. If you remember, we have integer x1, integer y1 for x will y, double R, double R2, R1. Okay, here, calibrate. Okay, now this line is moved here. No problem. So in a super means call super will call parent constructor. So in a x1, y1, r1. Then we will not write radius 2 equal r2. Is it okay? We'll do the same aim or the same function, but according to the question, we have to write what? Set radius 2. We have to invoke this one. Control C, Control B. Set radius 2 R. Okay. The class has a zero argument constructor that sets the values of its instance variable to their default values. It should invoke its multi-argument constructor. هنا public هنا نعمل copy Ctrl C Ctrl V public 0 هنا yes invoke what again that sets the values of its instance variable to their default value. So what is the default value of x1? 0. For y1 0. For r1 0.0 comma 0.0. So this statement will invoke this argument constructor, multi-argument constructor. This will call this one. Then this one will call super and this one. Right. And next, the class has a calc area method. It has no argument, and it calculates and retains the area of the oval according to the following formula. Area equal by multiply by radius square, where by is mass dot by. Radius 2, yes. So again, public double calc area. This will override the parent method. هنا return mass by multiply by get radius multiply by 2. Simple. Madded by times get radius 2. And next, override the object to string method in order to return a string representation of the oval instance variable using a compulsory getter method, and the method should invoke to string method in its super class. Okay. So here again, public string to public string to string string message equal empty. Message equal super dot to string plus plus slash t radius 2 equal plus get radius 2. Now return what? Return ms, and this is R2. This is the part 3. Test both circle and oval classes by creating some objects and invoking all circle and oval methods. Because no enough time with us, I will just invoke 2 or 3 methods from both circle and oval. Again, Java 3, new Java class, test circle, oval. Here we write what? Here we use those methods. Public static void main. Okay. How we can invoke circle method with oval method? By creating objects. So circle, here circle is a type. C1 equal new circle. 10, 20, 50. No problem, double 50.0. This is C1. Over O1 or V1 equal new oval with 20, 30, comma 100.0, comma 200.0 and semicolon. System without different line C1 dot string. Control C, Control V, Control V. OV1 dot string. Let us see the output. It is run file. MashaAllah, x1 equal 10, y equal 20, radius 50, and x equal 30, y equal 30, radius equal 100, radius 2 equal 200. طبعا you can change, you can write مثلا there is no setter, okay. This is enough.